Right, okay, folks, welcome to another 8-bit face-off kerfuffle. Booty. Yeah. This game was released by Firebird, who were actually owned by British Telecom. Yeah, those people that put in fibre broadband, they actually owned their own software company. It was primarily budget software, though they did do a few. I think later on they did do some kind of full price kind of releases like Revs and Elite and what have you. But yeah, Booty was one of the original sort of budget games. Now the early budget games was mostly stuff from Mastertronic, which included, the absolutely god awful Bionic Granny, BMX racers. So people, had a look of disdain when people talked about budget games, and Booty was actually not too bad. It didn't look great, but it actually had some modicum of playability. Certainly, when you compare it to like the shite that Mastertronic were putting out. So yeah, it was released in 1984 for the Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64, ZX Spectrum, and the Commodore 16. So let's take a look at the various flavours and see what is best. Right, kicking things off, it's the Amstrad CPC one. Paul Johnston, did he not do Arkanoid on the ST? Or was that Peter Johnson? Can't remember. Anyway, yeah, there we go. Booty. Yep, you're the character at the top, the kind of yellow character. Down below, there's a couple of what I assume are pirates. We're not talking software pirates. So yeah, the idea is it's a fairly simplistic game. You pick up a key. Each key has got, well, I was going to say they're coloured, but in this version they've got numbers on them. So you pick up a numbered key, which then unlocks the relevant numbered door, and then you just move on to the next level. Now, when you get to once you've opened all the doors, you can go to the top. In fact, you might be able to do it at any point. You go to the top door and you can actually go through, or can you go through any door? I'm not quite sure. Now, it's got a bit of music, obviously extremely irritating. I think you would be reaching for the volume control before long. Now, this is the first time I've seen the Amstrad one. It's nice and colourful, yeah, quite kind of detailed graphics as well. One thing that I do like about the Amstrad, and I'm not saying I'm not a fan of the Amstrad. It doesn't mean that I don't like the Amstrad. It's just that I've never owned one, and I've certainly never used one at any length. But in the right hands, the Amstrad can look really nice. It's got a really nice kind of vibrant colour palette. I think the name of that bloody tune. I don't know, it's that pirate tune. Alright, so does it show you what key I've got? Right, so you can actually go through to the next level without oh bollocks, what happened there? No, I forgot about that. I think when you pick up certain pickups, some of them are bombs. But it's slow down because that bird's going across the screen. And it speeds up again. Now the wee guys at the bottom don't look anything like they don't look like pirates. They look more like what's his name? I can't bloody remember his name. The guy that sung a song with Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers. Yeah, they look like Kenny Rogers. if you're of a certain age and you don't know who I'm talking about, go and ask your mum or dad. So that is that's the Amstrad one. Now, apologies, I didn't realise I had the scan lines turned on in this. This one is a C16. I'll be honest, when I recorded the other 3 games, the other 3 versions, I was getting ready to do the audio, and then I realised there was actually a C16 one, so I thought, oh, better include that one. Now this one's got a slightly different, marginally less irritating tune. Well, ask me in 5 minutes and I'll tell you. Yeah, so this is more like the one that I did play back in the day, which was the C64 one. It's rather numbered keys, it's coloured. Now in this one, you've got to press the fire button. You move over the key, then you have to press the fire button to pick it up. Now when you move over it, it disappears and you think, ah, I've actually got the key, but no, you need to make sure you press the fire button. You'll notice there's obviously a kind of black block around the main sprite, the sort of character. You'll see there as you pass through things. See it there? Yep. I don't know whether that's sloppy programming or whether that's limitations of the C16. Now, one thing I'm never sure about, I know the +4 was a sort of slightly enhanced version of the C16, but I think games were 100% compatible, so a game that ran in the C16 would run in the +4, and I don't think I ever saw a dedicated specific +4 game. It was always just termed the C16. Now obviously the character that you play in this, you're minute, well there again you're about the same size as the pirates, so yeah, I shouldn't really criticise it for that. You look more like a kind of robot. It's kind of weird that the kind of character that you play would not look out of place in a game in Berserk. Yeah, you can see there, even the pirate sprites, they've got a kind of black block around them. I wonder why they chose numbered doors rather than coloured doors in Amstrad. It's not like the Amstrad doesn't have any colour. You'll notice at the top left there's a cursor that's flashing. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know whether that's a graphical glitch or something, not quite sure. Bollocks. Yeah, there we go, C16. Right, now this is the one that I did play. It's got a horrible, oh good god, it's got a horrible title screen. And you can tell there with your ears, it's got the same music as the one we've just looked at. Now you play the part of an extremely ugly looking cabin boy. He's got a huge head. I don't know what's going on there. Now I've just noticed, where are the baddies? I have played this a few times, and you know, I don't make a point of playing it, but I have played it in various live streams. I don't recall there never been any baddies. So has it crashed, or is there some bug in this version? So again, same with the C16 version. It's coloured keys. You pick up now. The colour is indicated at the top of the kind of door frame. So I've got the pink one now. Yeah, that's weird. Why is there no? It's not like there's any levels or like difficulty levels on it. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Yeah, it's one ugly looking sprite. Oh, there's a bird. At least there's no slowdown in this one. Oh, well there we go. There's a pirate. And why is he monochrome? There is, oh my god, they're all monochrome. Yeah, that's lazy. We all know that the C16 can do coloured sprites. There's no reason for that. And they've all disappeared again. Yeah, it's got awful music. Again, one thing you need to remember about this was a budget game. This was actually an early budget game, and you know, Mastertronic were putting out some absolutely dog shit games, and so when, you know, Firebird came along with this, it's like, this actually isn't bad. I mean, it's quite a fun little game to play. Yeah, sloppy programming, folks. And in case you're wondering, that is actually a sword that's, yeah, that he's waving about. So any of you rude-minded individuals, you can just have a word with yourself. So, yeah, anyway, I think that's enough of that one. That is the C64 one. Right, last one, the Spectrum. Now, I've got to say, look at that. That is actually a really nice title screen. It really gives the impression of kind of sunlight on the water. That's really nice. And yeah, you can tell it's got the same music in inverted commas as the Amstrad one. But oddly, when it's done with a beeper, it just doesn't sound quite as annoying. Don't know why. Now, the Spectrum does get a bonus point for the... oh, bollocks. It does get a bonus point for the animation of the main character. He kind of bobs up and down when he's walking. So again, like the Amstrad one, it's keys. So I've got key number 2, I think. Have I got key number 2? If somebody can tell me the name of that tune, please put it down. Is it like the Jolly Roger or something? I don't know. Now, I don't know if there's an option to turn music off in this. At least, I was going to say, at least with the C64, Amstrad and C16, you could always turn the sound down on your TV and play the game in complete silence. Now these piratey sprites, they do look like inverse versions of the Amstrad, if that makes any sense. They're like outlines of the Amstrad one. And again, they're wielding an extremely large sword. Again, it's got that block syndrome where you walk past something, there's a block. Ah, I've just died again. Yes, it looks like there's a gap in the ladder. Right, I think that's quite enough of the Spectrum one. Let's do a summary. Right, okay, where do we start? Well, we'll start at the very first one. The Amstrad one, I mean, you can see there, we've got the 4. The Amstrad one is the most colourful. It's vibrant, it's probably got the best use of colour. Any particular criticisms of the Amstrad one? Can't think of anything. Well, yeah, if I'm going to be super picky, there was some slight slowdown when that bird sprite came onto the screen. But all in all, nice version. C16, yeah, there's a bit, it's got the kind of block around the main character. All the sort of baddies are monochrome. like I said, I did have the scan filter on it, so don't criticise that for that. That was my fault. But it was all right. Looks absolutely fine. C64 one. If the backgrounds look fine, if they changed, got rid of that horrible, ugly looking main character, I mean the big bulbous head, what's going on there? If they got rid of that and actually bored their arse to give us multicoloured pirates, then it would have probably scored better. Spectrum 1 is exactly how I would imagine the Spectrum 1 to be. Again, this is another one of these games, if I think of Booty, I always think of the Spectrum 1, and so yeah, I think for that reason, I think if you really want to play this game, and it is a good fun little game, simplistic to play, good fun, I would say go for the ZX Spectrum, as long as you don't mind the irritating music. So there you go, folks, that is Booty. As always, thank you very, very much for watching.